guys, it's OfficialSusiG here. Welcome back to my channel. So it's a new year now, it's 2017, and I thought why not start the year with a Q&A. But obviously this Q&A always has to be different, and we're doing a Quinceañera Q&A. I just wanted to inform you guys that, like, yeah, my Quinceañera was like almost 2 years ago, and I didn't really post a lot of Quinceañera videos after my quinces, and I feel like I should continue doing those because a lot of people do ask me for help and do ask me for a lot of like opinions and like all that stuff, and I want to continue to help you guys, obviously, because I am a Quinceañera.com ambassador, and I'm obviously like willing to help you guys with this. So I asked you guys to ask me your Quinceañera questions, and I also mixed in some of the most frequently asked Quinceañera questions that I get. So let's get started. Okay, one of the most frequently asked questions is, how did you convince your parents to make you a quinceañera? Okay, well, I personally have always wanted to have my quinceañera ever since I was little, and it was something my parents always like also like wanted for me and always wanted like to have with me. And I mean, I guess it's just like something that we always wanted and something that we always had, so I didn't really have to like convince them or anything. But advice for me, if you're trying to convince your parents to let you have a quinceañera, or to try to convince you, try to convince them that to throw you a quinceañera, just tell them that maybe if money is a problem, try to tell them that, you know, something not so big, something small, something that you guys can afford, and that you can always get sponsors, and that like you don't have to go so overboard with a lot of things. Like you can do like the smallest, like the cheapest things and still have like an amazing party. Like honestly, the most important thing is just having the memories. What do you think is the most important thing to have in a quince? Okay. Honestly, in my opinion, it's I'm a very religious person, so the most important thing for me was the whole ceremony. Honestly, I feel like that's more of like a nice way to give thanks to God for letting you live like all those 15 years and thanking Him for everything that you've had, every opportunity, every like day you lived, and like honestly, I feel like that was the most important thing, because honestly, you have to thank God for everything. Well, I'm just saying it like that because I am a very religious person, like I said. How do you find someone to do hair and makeup? Because that's one of the most hardest things for me. Well, for myself, I knew I wanted my mom to do my makeup, because a lot of you guys don't know, but my mom also does makeup. And I knew for a fact I wanted my mom to do my makeup. For hair, I also struggled for hair. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I don't let anyone touch my hair, as in like cutting it or like styling it. Because I'm afraid that like, I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable. If, you know, you can always have little, like, you know how you have food tastings, you can also have like pruebas and peinados and like maquillaje, and you can just always try out different ladies, but they do sometimes charge you, with like the little like testing, and yeah, you can always go to your nearest salon and ask if they do hairdressing or like hairstyling, and you can always ask for their prices, or you can ask your friends who's had quinceañeras and like see who they recommend you, because I'm pretty sure they also went through like a couple of ladies. I remember personally calling the nearest like hairdressers around my area, and I also lately Facebook has been a really good place where you can find places. I don't know how you guys how you have your Facebooks or whatever, but I have it where I can find, like, if I want a hairdresser, I can find any hairdresser in the whole entire world and have their numbers and their like recommendations and like reviews and stuff. I don't know if you guys can do that too, but yeah, that's a really good way. Also, same thing with makeup. A lot of hairdressers have makeup including with them, so yeah. For my quince dress, about how many months should I buy my dress? Normally I recommend you like 7 to 6 months before the event, because to get your dress, I usually recommend getting it like 7 to 6 months before your event, because it does take like about 5 months to get there. Okay, I think I'm getting so stressed, I feel like throwing up. My quince is in December. Tips so I won't get stressed. So tips on not getting stressed. don't worry too much about things that are going around, or like what's happening with your quinces. Just like let it slide. Like the day of your quinces, just try to have like, if something goes wrong, just don't even think about it. Just don't even worry about it. Just let it be. Just let it happen. Because a lot of things happened in my quinces, and I remember just being like, okay, whatever, like it wasn't that important, just like leave it and like drop it, and like I was perfectly fine. I wasn't stressed out at all the day of my quinces. So I feel like not worrying too much about the things, but if it's like before your quinces, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. Just know at the end of the day, everything's gonna be perfect. Everything's gonna be, well, not everything's gonna be perfect, but everything's gonna be amazing, and you're still gonna have fun. Just enjoy your day. If things go wrong, let it happen. Maybe it wasn't meant to be at your party, or it wasn't meant to happen, or something. I had something else I was gonna say, but I just totally forgot about it. If something goes wrong, don't worry, don't stress so much about it. When should you start learning your choreography if your party is in June? Okay, I'd say, well, it also depends of your chambelanes and who you have, and their schedules. I'd say, well, I only had one vals, and by like probably 2 weeks we were like had it down, or I think it was 3 weeks, and I only had one chambelan. So maybe 2 weeks before, 2 months before, you said your quince was in June, so maybe 2 months before your quinces, and just practice a lot. Try to like fit in as much as you can in each practice, because sometimes chambelanes can't, like certain days, and you can't all have them like together at one place sometimes, and it's just bad. How long before your quince should you reserve your salon? Okay, usually you have to reserve your venues like 9 to a year before the actual event. So I guess as soon as you turn 14, start looking for your venues, because sometimes venues are pretty packed usually, or like venues are usually very booked around like the summertime. That's usually like that's usually the time where a lot of parties happen, and like weddings and like all that stuff. So maybe like you should book like a year before, or like 9 months, the least 8 months before your event, so you have it saved your date, and make sure they have the venue available for the day you want it. How many XV dresses did you try on until you found the perfect dress? I love you. I love you too. I tried on about, okay, so the day I was going to this one store in specific because I really wanted this one dress, and I'll leave the link to the video about my dress down below. I really wanted this dress so bad. It was so pretty, and I knew for a fact that they had it in that place. So the day I went, the store was closed, so I was like, oh, okay. But I went to these 2 other places, and I tried on 4 quinceañera dresses that day. A pink one, a purple one, another pink one, and a blue one. But the pink one and the blue one were literally the exact same thing, just different colors. I didn't like them. I mean, I liked them, but they weren't like something that I really wanted for my quinceañera. So that was 4. And then I went back to the store that I wanted to go to, and it was open. So I tried on a yellow one, a white one, a lilac one, a pink one, and I think that was about it. Yeah, I tried on those, and I'm gonna end up going with a lilac one. And then the next day, like a while later, the day I was gonna go buy my dress, and the dress that I thought I was gonna buy, I tried on more dresses. I tried on a pink one, blue one, a pink and blue one, and the lilac one, and the other lilac one that I was gonna get, and the quinceañera dress that I got. So I tried on like about 12 dresses. Yeah, and I ended up taking the dress that I wanted. When should I reserve my church if my XV is in November? I think as soon as you possibly can, because sometimes like weddings do happen, and like other events happen, and you need, like, if you want like a certain hour, like a certain time that day, like 11, you might want to reserve it exactly the same amount of time, maybe even later, like probably like 6 months before the event at the least. How long was your photo shoot? My photo shoot was, okay, so I did my photo shoot like in June. Yeah, in June. I did my photo shoot in June because I was gonna go to the beach, and I hadn't gone to the beach in like years, so I knew when I'd come back I'd look really tan, and I didn't want to look really tan in my pictures. But then yet again, I looked like Casper the Ghost in my pictures. It took like, okay, so I told my chambellan is to be here at 12ish. We were supposed to be there at 1. Didn't get started until like 2. Didn't leave until like 6. Yeah, so it took like 3 to 4 hours. Probably even less. But it was a drive, so maybe it was probably because of that. What are the first things to buy? Okay, so what I bought first was my dress, because sometimes you'd like to know what colors you're basing off your whole party and theme. And then after that, I started like making like deposits for the venue and my photographers. So those are, okay, so like probably like the first things that you want to, like big things that you want to like start paying for are like the important things like the venue, your photographers, your dress, your church, and your DJ, and then just start going from there, like then the food, and then like the limo if you're gonna have one, and then from there just start going to like the decor, and then like your shoes, and like it goes from something really big to like little small things that you have to buy. So I say get your dress first, and then like the venue, and like probably like the venue, your dress, and then like all that stuff. When should you start planning for your quinces? I've been planning from like forever, but I think as soon as you turn 14, you're pretty good. Or probably like 9 months before your quinces. I think that's pretty good. What's the hardest thing planning for? What was the hardest thing to plan for your quinceañera? I had a little issue with like the venues, but it wasn't that big. My hardest thing was my chambelanes. Like I said, chambelanes are probably like the most hardest thing to have with. I went from having 6 and I went to 1, and I have a video about that down below, and I'll also leave that down in the links below. Yeah, that was probably the most hardest thing, and then always trying to have them all together at one practice, and then like them leaving and like backing out on you and stuff like that. I think that's like pretty hard. And then sometimes it's really hard for you to like find chambelanes. Nowadays it's really hard to find chambelanes that want to do it. Yeah. Okay guys, so that's all the questions I have for today, and a lot of those questions were questions that I get asked all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm going to try to continue doing more quinceañera videos now that I am older and I know more. But just know that if you need anything, any help, you can always contact me best through Facebook at OfficialSusiG. I will answer you. If I don't answer you, it'll probably take me like a day to answer you, but I'll see your message. Or you could just leave me a comment down below. I see those all the time, and I try to answer those as fast as I can. But yeah, if you need anything, don't forget to contact me. Don't hesitate. Don't be afraid to contact me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, and Instagram as OfficialSusiG. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my new channel of SusiG Makeup. I will have a link down below if you guys want to go subscribe to me there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!